Promised Messiah ﷺ states that if two boats crash into one another, if two boats crash into each other in a river, then if in one of these boats is the king of the time, who is just, glorious, generous and noble, and he travels with his special people, and in the other boat there are such people sitting who are evil, immoral and ill-mannered, and the situation arises that only one boat can be saved, and the other boat will be destroyed along with its passengers. So now tell me, which choice of action is better at this juncture? Will the boat of that king who is just be destroyed? Or will those people's boat be destroyed, who are insignificant and immoral, and who are disgraced? So I tell you in all honesty that the boat of the king will be saved with great assistance and intensity, and the boat of the wicked people will be exterminated, and they will be destroyed in utter humiliation. And there will be happiness in their destruction, because the world is in dire need of a just king. And his death is the death of the entire universe. If some insignificant and wicked people die, it cannot cause any disorder or change in the system of the world. Thus, this is the way of Allah, that when a group stands in opposition against His messengers, then although they believe and they say that we are righteous, but Allah the Almighty destroys them, and the time of their destruction arrives, because Allah does not desire that the purpose for which He has sent His messenger should go to waste. Because if He were to do this, then He would Himself be the enemy of His own objective. Then who would worship Him on the earth? People see a larger number and think that this group is very large, and assume that they must be good, that because they are large they must be right, and the foolish assume that these people gather in thousands and hundreds of thousands of mosques. Are these people bad? But God does not look at the quantity, He looks at the hearts. The select of God possess a special illumination of the love of the divine and sincerity and loyalty. If I could explain this, I would. But what shall I say? Since the world came into being, no messenger or prophet could explain this secret. The faithful and sincere of God, their spirit falls at the threshold of the Lord in such a manner that it is impossible for us to portray this state. Hazur says that thus the countless efforts of the opponents did not upset the progress of the promised Messiah ﷺ to even the slightest degree. This is because their every evil plot was made to rebound on themselves by Allah the Almighty, and even until today we continue to witness this. So, as long as we remain strong in our faith, we will continue to observe the progress of the Jamaat. May Allah the Almighty enable us to fulfill this. Then the promised Messiah, peace be upon him, states in one place that this is the mistake of these people, and it is their complete misfortune that they desire my destruction. I am that true tree that the true Lord has planted with His own hands. That person who wishes to cut me, his end will only be that of Qarun and Yahud Askriyuti and Abu Jahl. They will have a share from their wicked end. Then the promised Messiah ﷺ states that, O people, understand positively that that hand is with me, which will be sincere to me until the very end. If your men and your women, if you're young and you're old, if your children and your elders, if they all collectively pray for my destruction, to the extent that they prostrate for so long that their nose begins to decay and their hands become numb, even then Allah will in no circumstances listen to your supplications until His decree does not come to pass. And if among mankind there is not even a single person with me, then God's angels will be with me. If you conceal the truth, if you conceal the testimony, then a time will soon come that stones will bear testimony for me. So therefore do not be unfair to yourself. The faces of the liar are different than the faces of the truthful. Allah will not leave anything undecided. I curse that life that is based on falsehood and deceit. And upon that state we're fearing the people. Upon that state we're fearing the people. He tries to avoid the commands of God.